Welcome. Week 9, physical security and access control. So what are we going to cover this week? How do we secure the building? How do we secure our data? That's what we're looking at today. What are some of the ways what we need to make sure that no one can physically get into our thing? You know, in the past we've been talking about online, internet, but today we're talking about the physical building. How do we prevent anyone from getting into us, recording any information or doing anything that we don't want them to do? So what does the book say? How do we control? It's basically, don't you lock your house? Do you lock your car? Well, why do you do that? You don't want anyone to steal anything. Well, it's no different than with a company. We want to make sure our building's secure. Why do we want our building secure? Well, because we have people in there. We need to make sure they're safe. But most importantly, there's data. There's information. Today, information is gold. So how do we keep all that, our data center secure? Well, the first layer of defense, don't let anyone in the building. This way it allows us to have information that we can have. So we're going to put cameras up, landscaping, possibly fences, depending on what we want to have. So we're going to talk about how a public company will deal with security and also how a government company might deal with security. There's a slight difference. Government is going to be a little more strict, probably getting more information out there. From a building point of view, do we have cameras up? How many points of entry do we have? Are they allowed to walk in? Do they need badges? Are we going to use biometrics to keep people out? You know, do they have to scan their hand, their eye, facial recognition? There's a whole bunch of options that we're going to be discussing today, and we're going to figure out what's the best for that. Government has multiple levels also. What do they need, and how are they going to prevent anyone from using it? You know, we can some of the basic biometrics, fingerprints, retina, iris, hand geometry, facial recognition. Or we're going to use the behavioral type, such as typing tempo, signature analysis, voice recognition. These are some of the things. Some of the things we got to consider also, at what cost do we have to protect our data? Yes, we can prevent anyone from getting it, but at what cost? It's going to cost us $10 million to protect our data, and the data is only worth $1 million. Well, it ain't worth it. And so that's what we're going to be looking at. So how do we go about it? Well, first we got to set up our system. Then we have to have everyone register, get into it. Then we use that as our identification process. How do we get information in and out? Different locks that are available, you're going to look at that. Let's see, and what are the best practices? Also, are we going to outsource this? If I'm a small company and I specialize in accounting firm, I know nothing about security. So what am I going to do? I'm going to hire a third-party company to help protect my building, my network. Now, just because I hire that third-party company, it's still up to me. My company has to oversee that third party, make sure they're following our procedures, government procedures, state procedures that are mandatory that we need to follow. But no matter what, if something happens to that third-party company and something breaks, it's still my responsibility. Just because we have a third-party company doesn't mean I waive myself of these issues. So what are we working on this week? Let's see. So we are in week 9. So we have a light week in the fact that we are meeting for our residency this week. So you're going to read chapter 9. You will have your discussion question. And let's see what else I put in here. So you're just going to have a discussion question, your journal, and your quiz. There is no weekly paper. Can technology assist in the access? How can technology assist in the actual access control system? So we just discussion question on that. There is no weekly paper because we're going to write a paper for a residency, which I'm still in the process of putting together. Write your weekly journal. So you have that. So also, if you look under your lecture notes, I have last week's review, chapter 9 PowerPoints up, and I have a video on information security. This will count. You can watch this video. You can comment on it in the discussion question area. It counts as a response to your classmate. It does not count towards your response. So please make sure that you have, if you do this, that you just put it in under the discussion question for the week. as I said, this week is our residency, so I will be seeing you down in Kentucky. I'll be sending out more information. We're at the Northern Campus, I believe. I'll verify that shortly. And I hope everyone's having a good day. Let's see, what else do we have this week going on? As always, at the very bottom, you have your discussion question, or sorry, student link questions. If you have any questions, please either email me or go to student link question. This way you can have that. And also, what made you smile today? Anyway, I will be seeing you on Friday. Have a wonderful day.